Here we go. We are first starting with all the board questions in adverbs. So, as you can clearly see, these are all your board questions. Over the last few board papers, all these questions have been there, and it is a very, very, very simple topic. Now, in adverbs, what we need to know, my dear friends, are two important things. One is the four steps. Take the adjective, make it feminine, right? And add ment. This is the absolute first step. If the adjective is already ending in a vowel, like number 3, Polly, number 5, Ray, if it's number 10, Jolie, if it's already ending in a vowel, don't make it feminine, just add ment. If the adjective is ending in ent, then change that ent to emment, and if the adjective is ending in ant, change that ant to amment. But if you can see all the board papers, this particular has not been asked. This particular rule has never been asked. You will say, sir, what about lent? Right? I'm just telling you right now, this particular, it is there, number 11, but that's a different rule. So here you are. These are commonly asked. Check it out. Lent becoming lent, ement, bon becoming bien, right? Especially these ones, and mauvais becoming mal. These three are generally asked. I think if we know this much, there is no reason why any problem should be there in our making adverbs. So let's take the first one. Everybody, are you ready, guys? Yes, everybody. So DOUX. The feminine of DOUX is DOUCE, and add MENT. That's my adverb. VITE is an irregular adverb. It remains VITE. It does not become with more. POLI, poly, which stands for polite. Because it is ending in a vowel, you don't make it feminine, you only add ment. So far, so good. Any questions? JOYEUX. We know that all words ending in EUX become feminine by changing that EUX to EUSE. And then you add ment. So joyeux becomes joyeusement. Ray has been repeated twice and thrice in the board papers. In fact, in the March 2025 board paper also, it was there. So it has been repeated thrice. VARI, don't make it feminine, already ending in a vowel. VRAIMENT, it means really or truly. Active, we know that words ending in F in the feminine become VEMENT. So active. Bon, it's right here for you all. Bon becoming bien. Please see that here. Bon becomes bien. So you can just make it bien. And bon also has been repeated twice. Parfait, very, very normal. Make it feminine. Add an E. Parfaitement, perfectly. Sérieux is just like joyeux, ending in EUX, EUSE, MENT, sérieusement. Jolly is just like POLI, poly, don't add an E, just make it MENT. Lont is not following this rule. No, Lont is definitely not following this rule. Guys, it is going to become LENT, EMENT. Clear? Yes. Moving on from here. Affectueux, which means affectionate. EUX, just like joyeux and sérieux. Here also EUX becomes EUSE and add MENT. So affectueusement. affectionately. Long, feminine becomes Longue. So long more. Mauvais, check. Don't make it mauvais more. Check right here. Mauvais becomes mal. Bad becomes badly. And that's your adverb. So here we are. Mauvais becomes mal, mal. Normal, add e to make it feminine and then ment. And curieux, just like joyeux, sérieux, affectueux, eusement. So if you can actually analyze all the board questions here, you will see general rule वाले काफी आ रहे हैं. Most of them, except bon का bien, doux का doucement, mauvais का mal, except these, all the ones that have been coming are the general rule. Be careful of poly, jolly, and vrai, in which, because they are ending in a vowel at the end, you just add ment. So, right now, any questions, any doubts with adverbs, please ask. Is this board question clear? Adverbs, no doubts. Anybody has a doubt, ask me. No doubts at all? Okay, chalo. We now go to the next one, and that is feminines of sentences. Metes of feminine, right? So here we are with metes of feminine. Again, I'm doing board questions for y'all. And now here I want you to understand three different rules. Rule number one, what changes in feminine? The pronoun il becomes L, ILS becomes ELLES, right? Louis becomes L. So the pronouns will change. Adjectives will change. In French, we know that all adjectives have four forms. So the adjective will also become feminine. And that in fact helped us when we were doing adverbs, making the adjective feminine and adding ment. Okay. Nouns will change and pronouns. Which nouns will change? Uncle becoming aunt, father becoming mother, boy becoming girl. Those nouns will change and articles will change, right? So, how do articles change? Like a garçon will become une fille, right? So let's take our board sentences. Acha, just like in adverbs, you're going to find that as we come to the 11th sentence, 12th sentence, 13th sentence, 14th, 15th, 16th, they will become easier and easier. With every pass, every board paper, the sentences have become easier and easier. 2025, as we have seen, are the easiest sentences. Anyway, besides this, you also need to remember your negative rules. And one important rule that you need to remember is that past participles with être agree with the subject. Can you see this? This is a past participle with être. And therefore, past participles with avoir don't agree. Okay, sir. Has this rule come often in the exams? No. After this one sentence, this rule has not really come. Okay, but we will always remember it. Now, le director, so il est parti became elle est partie. Nothing happened to the preposition. Prepositions don't change, and nothing happened to Leon. Leon did not change. Next sentence. Le directeur. Le becomes la. Director becomes directrice. As you can very well see here. Right? See here, everybody. Director becomes directrice. Okay? And Asian remains the same. Moving on. In a ambitious. We have done this even in our adverbs. Ending in EUX becomes EUSE, IL becomes ELLE. This was super easy, right? Next one, set on travail dans une banque. Now CET will become CETTE, OM will become FAM, so, and nothing else changes. The verb in feminines, the verb does not change. Just remember past participles with etra agree with the subject, as you saw in the first sentence. As long as it was ill, there was no E, but the minute it became L, there was E, because partir is one of those advent verbs. That's it, right? So we move on here to the next section. Same rules, right? Adjectives, nouns, pronouns, articles change, same rules, and same thing to remember, past participle with etra agrees with the subject. And now, let's move on. Le journaliste indien voyage partout dans le monde. Le becomes la. Journalist already ending in E doesn't change. En becomes enne, which we have done here, right? En becoming enne. You can see here, right? Voyage is the verb, no change at all, okay? And partout, everywhere, no change. In the world, no change. That means only le becomes la. Journalist also remains the same, but India becomes Indian. As I said, as the board papers go on, it becomes easier and easier as we go ahead. You will see that. Next, mo cousin. Je ke saath mo ma me. So mo becomes ma. Adjectives will change in the feminine. Cousin becomes cousine. Français adds an E, and beau is an irregular feminine. It becomes belle. Now, ton ami. You will say, sir, ma, mo becomes ma, to becomes ta. But in this sentence, to will not become ta. Why, sir? Because there is a rule that says ma, ta, and sa before a vowel or an H mute remain mo, to, and so. So here, if you will see, ton ami remains ton, but ami adds an E. That doesn't mean AMIE is not feminine. AMIE is feminine, but that TON will not change to ta because of the vowel clash. Petit adds an E, charmant adds an E, so petite and charmant, and that's it. Next sentence, very simple. You can see mon cousin repeated again. Mon cousin becomes ma cousine. No other change, because journalist is already ending in E. So far, we've done 8 sentences. Does anybody wish to ask me any doubt for these first 8 sentences? Methods of feminine. Am I going too fast or is it proper? Proper? Okay. So now we continue with the remaining sentences, last 8 sentences, and this topic gets completely done. Right? So here we are. Can everybody see the screen? Yes? Okay. Let's start. Same rules, adjectives, nouns, pronouns, articles change. The feminine rules are here, and past participle with etra agrees with the subject. But even if you forget this rule while making feminines, I don't think it's going to make a difference in your board exam, because the rule hasn't been asked since the first paper. Now, mo pair, mo becomes ma, pair becomes mère, mother, my father becomes my mother, nothing else changes. Because dentist is already ending in an E. You will see how it is becoming easier and easier now. Lami becomes female friend. So L apostrophe AMIE. The Marie is already a woman, a girl. BEAU becomes BELLE. This is the second time you have seen this repetition of BEAU. So you should know this very, very well. Sir Garçon, CE becomes CETTE. Garçon becomes FILLE. No other change. Sincere is already ending in an E. No other change. This girl is sincere. The student, l'étudiant, becomes the female student, l'étudiante with an E, and Canadien adds and becomes ENNE, just like Indien. Again, this is the second time this is happening, so you need to be ready with this for your feminines, right? So my answer here becomes l'étudiante et canadienne. My last two sentences asked in 2025. My father is young, my mother is young. Only mon père becomes ma mère. No other change because jeune is already ending in an E. Last sentence, this is my uncle. No other change. This is my aunt. Can you see the last two that were asked in 2025 especially was super easy. And with that, feminine gets over. Before we move on to plurals, I just want to ask once more, would anybody want to ask me any doubt in feminines? It would help people who are watching the video. If there is anything that you have a doubt about. Yes? No doubts. So we go for the last topic today, which is plurals. I'm sure it's going to be as easy or even easier, right? Again, we have board questions here in plurals. Yes, we are going to solve board questions. And again, I have put up some basic rules for you guys. I'll just share the screen again. So here we are, board questions. As you clearly can see, uh, let's have a quick see through our rules. First of all, we have done this over and over again, but I'm doing it again with y'all. First of all, identify the nouns or pronouns in each sentence and make them plural. Clear. The verb conjugates accordingly. Even in English, we have the subject verb agreement where the verb has to conjugate as per the new subject. So if my subject is ill, for example, or he watches the match. In English, they watch the match. So my subject verb agreement. Perfect. Now, third, which does not happen in English, but it happens in French. Modify the articles and adjectives also to agree with the plural noun. Fourth, remember some are irregular. Five, remember that same rule which we spoke about in feminine, past participles with etra agree with the subject. And sixth one, okay, very important. There is a to rule which you will see in sentence number 2. I will explain that rule as we are doing sentence number 2. Right now, let's start. First, mantra, la photo. You can see this is the imperative क्योंकि mantra verb के पहले j, q, il, el, nu, vu, il, el कोई subject नहीं है. There is no subject, no name, no noun, no pronoun. Imperative. This is the tu form. We all know that in the imperative of all ER verbs, the last S of the tu form is dropped. This is it. Tu form in imperative will become vu form in the plural. So MONTREZ LES photos. That's it. Yes, I should have put an exclamation mark at the end because there was an exclamation mark here. So you guys put that in your exam, right? Okay. Now, the second one, Ilya. What does Ilya mean, Jasmine? Can you answer? What does Ilya mean? Yes, Hamad. Ilya means
There is, there are.
there is, there are. So if Ilya means there is, there are, Ilya ka plural nahi hoga. Do we all agree on that? Right? So Ilya remains Ilya. A becomes DES. Article changes. Gro is already ending in S. No change. Livra adds an S. Fantastic. Isi means year. No change. But wait. So it should have been DES. But no. It is going to be only DE. And now comes what I was talking about. Why is it only DE and not DES? Because of this rule, which we call the DER2 rule. That is, immediately before grand, petit, bon, beau, joli, jeune, vieux, mauvais, méchant, long, gros, or nouveau, you will never have DES, you will have a DE. Clear? Let us see this rule again in sentence number 4. So you will now know that this rule is asked. Let us see it again in sentence number 4. Right now, let's proceed with sentence number 3. Voici. Just as Ilya means there is, there are, voici means here is, here are. Am I right, Prisha? Yes. So voici, will it change, Jasmine? Will voici add an S or something? No. Thank you very much. So voici doesn't, you could unmute yourselves and answer. Thank you. Okay. So voici is here, are. Becomes day. Chapeau adds an all words ending in EAU add an X. And this toi is the TED pronoun moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, elle. This toi becomes vous in the plural. Any doubts? Any questions so far? Anybody wants to ask something? And now the next sentence again brings us to the similar rule that we saw in sentence number 2, the DER2 rule. Voici remains voici, fantastic. GRAND becomes GRANDS, awesome. BUS, bus does not change, it's already ending in S. But UN will not become DES, it will become DE because immediately before grand, petit, bon, beau, joli, jeune, vieux, mauvais, méchant, long, gros, or nouveau, we don't use DES, we use DE. Next one is so simple. Marie a un vélo gris. Right? Marie doesn't change, it's a proper noun. So a will also not change, it's a proper, it's with Marie, verb conjugated. A becomes day, velo adds an S, no change in gris because words ending in SXZ do not change. Now, Jasmine, tell me in the next sentence, what will happen to Ilya? You can unmute yourself and tell me.
No change.
Thank you, Jasmine. What will happen to Carry on.
Uh, for which
What will happen to in sentence number 6? UN,
will become un DES
DES.
LIV. Yeah.
DES. Libra will add an S. So, what are we
Yes.
seeing is Ilya no change, becoming DES, CETTE becoming CES, and Tabla adding an S, extra S, an additional S. Very, very easy, right? Okay, let's continue from here. Um Trisha, please come on screen.
Yes, sir.
Hi. Okay, so Trisha, tell me, regard, look at the first sentence. Imperative. Can you see mantra and regard look the same? same imperative, same Q form, same ER verb, last S of Q form is dropped. So what will regards become in the plural?
Regarde. It will add a Z.
Z. What will CE become? Plural.
CES.
Fantastic. What happens to EAU, words ending in EAU?
X.
And what happens to magnific adjective? Adds an S. Superb. Hamad, eighth sentence. What happens to regard? Trisha seems very relieved. Hamad,
Add a Z.
eighth sentence. Regard will become regarde, EZ. What happens to la
LES.
and pale?
No change.
No change because words ending in SXZ do not change. You are almost seeing a repetition of an easier repetition of sentence number 3, right? In sentence number 9. So, Mariam, will you be able to answer me or you cannot use the audio?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you can answer me? ठीक है.
Yes. Yes.
Start. Mariam, what happens to voila?
Nothing.
No change. What happens to you and
Des. DES.
DES? What happens to EAU ending in EAU?
X.
And what will
IN.
happen to francais ending in already ending in
Nothing.
s?
Nothing.
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 So this is my answer. Clear? Let's quickly go through the remaining sentences. Here we are. Okay. Same board questions, same rules. Here we start. Visit. Rudra, will you answer?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Visit is ER verb Q form of imperative. Am I right? So what will happen in the plural?
Yes. S will drop.
S is already dropped in the Q form. Now we are making it plural. Wu form.
EZ.
Okay. EZ. Fantastic. What happens to CE?
CES
PAYS is already ending in an S.
remains the same.
And in summer cannot become in summers. So here we are. Oh, that was the second. I did not see the 10th sentence at all because of this. So, okay. So, 10th sentence I will clearly do for you. VOICIDES, Cado with an X, and poor Thomas doesn't change. 11th sentence Rudra has done for you. We go to the 12th sentence. And can we have Javeri answering this time? Mitali?
Yes,
Okay. Voila. What happens to voila?
nothing.
No change. What happens to you and
DES,
and all words ending in AL change to
UX,
AUX. So here we are. We have voila de journaux. Now you are seeing last two papers, 24 and 25. Look how easy it has become, right? Quickly, come on. Let's have Jasmine again. Jasmine, il est sérieux. Il becomes yeah, Trisha. Il becomes plural. Quick.
IL will remain the same.
IL, ill, he, in the plural becomes. Rian, can you tell me? Il becomes
ELS. ILS.
ILS. EST becomes conjugation.
SONT.
SONT. Will anything happen to Seria?
No.
Why? Because words ending in SXZ do not change. This is my answer. Hamad, 14 sentence 2025 paper. Voila un gâteau. Start. Voila
Voila, no
becomes
change.
no change.
No change.
Becomes
TES.
and EAU ending in EAU adds an
X.
fantastic. Last, Mariam, are you ready? Yes, Mariam, are you ready to answer the last one?
Yes.
Okay. Nicola, proper noun, any change?
No.
Ah, because the verb agrees with the subject. Subject has not become plural. Any change?
No.
Becomes,
Des.
and words ending in al change to
AUX.
perfect. So here we are. With this, we end plurals also. So today, guys, we have done, thank you very much. We have done adverbs, feminines, plurals. We have taken all the board questions so far. Since the time that this book and this paper pattern has been in the board exam, all the board questions we have tackled, and you can see it's very easy, right? Tomorrow we do some more. In the meantime, prepare for your Marathi and keep preparing for your French. God bless. Bye. Au revoir.